Hello! Learn about the 14 biggest discomforts cats experience and how to avoid them to ensure your cat's well-being.
My little pet friend.
Number 1. Water. Water is, without a doubt, one of cats' greatest enemies. Most of them simply can't stand even a few drops on their bodies. If one drop lands on them, they're likely to run off as if fleeing from a predator. But why does this happen? The answer may lie in the origin of domestic cats, many of which descend from species that lived in desert regions of the Middle East and Asia. Since there wasn't much water in those areas, contact with it was never something natural for these animals. The result: generations of cats that instinctively prefer to keep their distance from water. Of course, there are exceptions. Some cats learn to tolerate it, especially if they're introduced to it when very young. But overall, bathing is not on their list of favorite activities. Number 2, strong smells. Cats have a very sensitive sense of smell, much more than most people realize. Because of this, strong odors can be extremely unpleasant to them. Scents like vinegar, onion, alcohol, bleach, very strong perfumes, or even gasoline are nearly unbearable. These smells invade their space aggressively and can even cause nausea or disorientation. So if you tend to use heavily scented cleaning products or spray perfume near your cat, you might unknowingly be creating an uncomfortable environment for them. Always try to keep this space well ventilated and opt for neutral products whenever possible. Number 3, hugs and kisses. While many pet owners love hugging and kissing their furry friends, it's important to remember that cats see the world very differently than we do. To them, excessive physical contact can feel like being restrained, or worse, like a threat. Yes, cats enjoy affection, but they prefer it on their own terms. When you force a hug or put your face too close to theirs, the cat may feel cornered, stressed, and even reactive. The best advice is to respect your cat's boundaries and offer affection gently, paying close attention to signs of comfort or discomfort. Number 4, being forced to do something. Few things upset a cat more than being forced to do something against their will. Whether it's taking medicine, going into the carrier, or being removed from a favorite resting spot. Forcing these situations can cause a lot of stress. It can also lead to anxiety and even aggressive behaviors like biting, scratching, or running away. It's crucial to create positive associations with these experiences using treats, toys, or gentle petting as a reward. Cats are incredibly smart and respond well to positive reinforcement. Forcing them only damages your bond. Number 5, unexpected visitors. Ever noticed how your cat disappears when visitors arrive at your home? For most cats, unfamiliar people entering their territory is deeply unsettling. That's because cats are naturally territorial. They need to feel like they control and understand the environment they live in. When someone new enters, they bring unknown smells, sounds, and movements which can easily be perceived as a threat. Cats that have been socialized from a young age may handle these situations better. But even then, it's best to give them space and let them approach in their own time without being forced. Number 6, loud noises, shouting, thunder, vacuum cleaners, hair dryers, fireworks, sirens. All of these can be a true nightmare for cats. With their extremely sharp hearing, sounds that are tolerable for us could be overwhelming for them. It's important to create a calm environment, especially during loud events like parties or storms. If possible, offer a quiet, safe spot where your cat can hide and feel secure. And never shout at your cat. Not only is it ineffective, but it will also make them more fearful and distrustful. Number 7, changes in routine. Cats are creatures of habit. They like to know what to expect in their environment, and when something suddenly changes, they can feel deeply insecure. Changes like rearranging furniture, moving the litter box, relocating homes, or even altering feeding times can completely throw a cat off balance. That's why changes should be made slowly and with preparation. If you're moving to a new house, for example, bring familiar objects with you, such as beds, blankets, or toys to help your cat recognize their new space. Number 8, sudden scares. Funny videos of cats jumping at the sight of cucumbers have gone viral online. But these pranks are no joke for your pet. The scare isn't caused by the vegetable itself, but by the fact that it appears suddenly, often behind the cat. This triggers a survival response, as if the strange object were a predator. Even worse, the scare can cause the cat to avoid that area completely, especially if it was near their food. Deliberately scaring cats is a terrible idea. It causes stress, fear, and destroys the sense of safety they need in their home. Number 9, balloons. Balloons are strange objects to cats. They're silent, move unpredictably with their currents, have odd shapes, and sometimes float mysteriously. All of this can confuse and frighten a cat, which may interpret the balloon as a threat. If one pops, it's even worse. The loud noise can startle the cat and cause panic or even trauma. So it's best to avoid leaving balloons around the house when there are cats present, especially during parties. Number 10, being stared at. Staring directly at a cat might seem harmless, but to them, it can be interpreted as a threatening gesture. Cats use eye contact as a form of communication with one another, and a fixed gaze often signals confrontation. With familiar people, they may not mind it as much, but with strangers, a direct stare can make them feel uneasy or even provoke defensive behavior. If you want to build a cat's trust, try blinking slowly. It's a feline body language that shows calmness and respect. Number 11, clothes and costumes. Dressing cats up in clothes or costumes might seem fun or cute for social media, but for most felines, it's incredibly uncomfortable. Unlike dogs, cats value their freedom of movement, agility, and the direct contact with their fur. Clothes interfere with these things. They compress the body, dull the sense of touch, disrupt balance, and make grooming difficult. Many cats freeze or frantically try to remove the outfit, showing clear distress. In cases where clothing is necessary, such as post-surgery protection or extreme cold, always choose lightweight, breathable, and flexible fabrics, and introduce the clothing gradually using positive reinforcement and supervision. Number 12, sticky surfaces. A cat's paws are extremely sensitive. They use them to explore, balance, and communicate. Any strange sensation, like something sticky, can be incredibly uncomfortable. Adhesive tape, glue, or similar substances cause instant distress. The cat will try to shake it off, lick it frantically, or bolt in fear. Some people use double-sided tape on furniture to prevent cats from jumping up, but this method can be stressful and even cruel. Instead, use kinder and more effective options, like redirecting with interactive toys, placing safe but unpleasant textures like aluminum foil or bubble wrap, or training with positive reinforcement. Always respect the cat's sensory nature. Number 13, the smell of other animals. A cat's sense of smell is powerful and refined, capable of detecting the faintest of scents. They use it to identify companions, monitor territory, and detect possible threats. So when they smell another unknown animal, especially another cat or a dog, they may react with suspicion, fear, or aggression. Even if the animal isn't physically present, the scent left on your clothes, shoes, or hands can create tension. It's common for the cat to hide, growl, avoid contact, or even mark territory in response. To avoid this, it's a good idea to wash your hands, change clothes, or clean your shoes after being around other animals, especially before interacting with your cat. Number 14, poor hygiene. If there's one thing cats truly despise, it's filth. These animals are obsessed with cleanliness and spend much of their day grooming and organizing their fur. But this need extends beyond personal hygiene. They also expect their surroundings to be just as clean. A dirty litter box, stagnant water, greasy food bowls, or dusty toys can seriously bother them. A cat may even refuse to use the litter box if it's too full or smelly, which can lead to accidents around the house or urinary problems. Water should always be fresh, ideally changed more than once a day, and toys and accessories should be cleaned regularly. Keeping a clean environment isn't just a visual matter. It's a sign of respect for your cat's physical and emotional health. Now you've got a complete guide to better understand the boundaries and sensitivities of the feline world. If you'd like this content in subtitle format, narrated script, or adapted for a video, just let me know. I'll be happy to help.